Sherwin-Williams, cover the earth. A red living room, a yellow kitchen, a white living room, a gray living room. Words appear. Just for Starters. Just for Starters series. How to paint a room.
Painting your walls, trim, and ceilings and not sure where to begin? Well, you've come to the right place. Up here. Ceilings first, then walls, then trim.
An animated roller brush. Words appear. Ceilings.
If your ceiling is part of your painting project, you'll want to start here, along the edges. Using an angled bristle brush, carefully paint a strip along where the ceiling meets the wall, or along your crown molding if you have that.
He paints the ceiling.
Hold your brush near the base of the handle. Dip the bristles about halfway down and then gently tap them. Don't wipe the bristles. That will take too much paint off your brush. Paint with enough pressure to bend the bristles slightly, but don't push too hard or the paint may drip.
He paints the ceiling from a ladder.
Now here's the trick. You want to switch over to your roller while the paint strip along the edges is still wet. That'll give you the best results. For higher ceilings, or just to make things easier, attach your roller to an extension pole like this.
He paints the ceiling from the floor with a roller on a pole.
If your ceiling is smooth, use a shorter nap roller from 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch. If you have a textured ceiling, use a thicker roller nap from 1/2 inch to an inch. And now, onto the walls.
An animated roller brush. Words appear. Walls.
Using an angled brush, start by painting along your ceiling, your floor or baseboards, and along your trim around the windows and doors. Don't forget to cover your inside corners too. A 2 or 2.5 inch brush offers good control, so it's just right for detail work like cutting in around windows or painting trim.
He paints along the trim.
Then, using your roller, come as close to the edges as possible. Carefully overlap the areas you trimmed while they're still wet. Rolling in an N pattern, that's a capital N, always work towards the areas of the wall you just painted, overlapping onto the wet paint. This will give your walls a uniform look once your paint is dried. For larger spaces, you may want to edge and finish one side of the room at a time.
An animated roller brush. Words appear. Trim.
That leaves only one thing, the trim, also known as molding. Your newly painted walls should be left to thoroughly dry before you apply your painter's tape alongside your trim. To prevent paint from seeping through the tape, try to use longer pieces instead of several shorter pieces. Make sure you're butting the tape right up against the trim. Then press to the wall in small sections. To ensure the tape sticks firmly to your wall, carefully press the tape edges using a clean putty knife. This will make sure you get a nice, even paint line. A 2-inch angled sash brush is generally best for painting trim. Apply the paint in one smooth stroke in one direction. Start subsequent strokes of the brush in a dry area working towards the wet painted area. Use a glossy finish paint on your trim to make sure it really stands out from your walls. Once your paint is dry to the touch, remove the tape by slowly peeling it back over itself. So remember, ceilings, walls, trim. The right order is always important. Got any more questions? Go to your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store, walk in, ask an expert, in that order.
A white bathroom, a blue garage, a white study, a green kitchen, a yellow kitchen. Animation of a Sherwin-Williams store. Ask Sherwin-Williams. Sherwinwilliams.com/color.